Sellers, today we're going to talk about how to maximize your sale price, how to close quickly and with little drama. Proper preparation on the front end before going to market is one of the keys, especially when one of your buyers who has the best price and terms puts in their offer that they don't want due diligence to start until they receive all of your due diligence documents. So in this video, we're going to talk about the list of items you as the seller should put together for your broker to allow that broker to fetch you some big fat price offers. Let's go! The first thing I do as a broker when I take a listing is hand the seller a document with a list of items that I'd like before we go to market. And I take those documents and load them into an online deal room. What's a deal room? It's just an online cloud-based folder that's usually password protected after a buyer signs a confidentiality agreement that gives them access to key documents so they can underwrite your deal. On that list, in addition to several documents for the seller to produce for the broker, are things they can do to the property prior to going to market that will really maximize value. In fact, click on this video right here, and that'll dive even deeper to the to-dos. Now, before we get started, down in the description below is a link to a list of all of these seller prep items in a document for you to download. Now, I will say this is a dream list that every broker wishes they could have from every seller, but it is extremely rare that a seller has all these documents. As a seller, if you don't have one of these items on the list, just let the broker know. But the more of these documents you can produce and the more of the to-dos you can do from the list, the more value it builds in your property. Because that allows the broker to tell all the prospective buyers what incredible records you have of the property, which makes the buyer feel good about having a faster due diligence period, and it justifies the price they're paying. The following is a list of documents that any broker ideally would like to have before they begin marketing the project. All right, let's jump in and in rapid succession. Income statements for the trailing 3 years and trailing 12 months is awesome. And ideally, if you can also produce 2 years of month-by-month income statements. In other words, listing January income and expenses, February, March, April. Obviously, a current rent roll showing start and end dates, rents, deposits, prepaid rents, and any other reoccurring charges. Next, a report for rent concessions that may continue past closing so the buyer knows what they're obligated to. Copies of utility bills, cable, phone, ideally for the trailing 1 to 3 months. A copy of your survey is great, but if you also have marketing type site plans that are easy to read and the as-built building plans, woo, nice. Buyers also love it if you have copies of marketing materials like floor plans and photos and websites and anything else they can use so that day one they can start leasing. And a last to do before going to market are all the physical things like making sure the grounds are constantly blown, trash picked up, pressure washing, pool clean, clubhouse clean, new annual flowers at the front, maybe washing the roofs. Any necessary repairs or replacements so they don't come up during inspections. New mulch throughout the property. Cleaning the retention ponds. And making sure your model is spotless. But again, click on this video right here and it goes way deeper. Okay, now we're going to go over a list of documents and to-dos to prepare before you go to a signed PSA with your chosen buyer. A copy of all your vendor contracts, termite, pest control, lawn, laundry, and the associated contact information. A really important one is getting all of your open permits closed. There are so many investors that don't know about open permits they have on their property from things that vendors never closed months or years ago. Here's an older video I did right here. Click on that on the importance of jumping on these open permits ASAP so they don't hold up closing. A copy of your most recent property tax bill, which is usually online on the property appraiser website that your broker or one of your staff members can download pretty easily. If you have any past environmental reports, engineering reports, inspection reports, those are always good because it saves the buyer some money and, more importantly, time. Have your property manager run a delinquency report showing any tenants that have owed money for the last 30, 60, 90 days. A copy of all of your lease agreements in electronic form. If you've been keeping only paper leases, welcome to 2021. Go ahead and start scanning those into an electronic format. Be sure to include any addendums, any rules and regulations that tenants sign, as well as tenant application information. Remember, many of these documents are just for the chosen buyer, not all the prospective buyers. As you're putting together all those leases, make sure you mark which ones, if any, are employees that live on the property and any associated discounts they get as a result. For larger properties, you'll have to put together a list of all those on payroll, their salaries, their benefits, insurance, 401k, travel plans, retirement, and any other special items that the buyer needs to know about those related associates. Another obvious one is a copy of your title insurance if you still have it. That also saves the buyer time and money. A copy of your insurance policy will make it easy for the buyer to bid other insurance companies in addition to yours. And you'll need to get from your insurance company a loss run report for the last 5 years. A loss run report shows any types of claims they've paid out on actions or issues that have occurred on your property. On that same note, you'll want to make a list of any lawsuits or outstanding judgments that may still be out there. An important one is to make a list of all personal items that are not going to convey in the sale. Maybe you have some office furniture you want to keep, pictures on the wall, supplies, whatever it is, now's the time to make that list. And lastly, a list of any warranties you may have, like a termite bond or a recent replacement to a roof. There may be a couple of other things that you could add to the list, and if so, go ahead and put it in the comments below. But that list will pretty much cover 95 to 99% of everything any buyer could ever want. Sellers, think about when you're a buyer. The more well-kept and well-documented an asset is that you're going after, the more comfortable you feel paying that price they're asking that meets your return objectives and squeezing down your due diligence period if you have to during a multiple offer situation. That's it. If this video brought you some value, please hit the like down below. Make sure you do subscribe and hit that notification bell so you see each of my videos once a week. See you guys in the next one.